Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio presented by Regions Bank. Embrace the FN life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, coming to you on a rainy day from the beautiful, soggy Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. Outside, not inside. I have a little bit of a honor today. I don't know if honor is the right word. Excitement is the right word. I've known this guy for a little while, and quite honestly, we finally got him in here, drug him in here on a rainy day. He did bring his assistant. I have her to lean on to keep him straight. I have with me today, big build-up here, by the way. I have with me today one of the co-owners of PSA Wealth. I have with me number 10 in your program guide, number 1 in your heart, Mr. Will Bearden. Will, welcome to the Northeast studio.
What's up, Tom?
How are you?
How are you? Me on. Did a little bit of homework there with number 10.
I do a lot of homework, man. I do a lot of homework. I've been waiting for a couple months to say that, and you finally came in.
That's right. Third time's the charm.
Has it only been 3? I'm kidding.
Give or take.
Like 8.
A couple.
No, I'm kidding. Pride of Archer High School.
That's right.
Yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're very humble when you start talking about your high school career.
Well, you know what they say about, peaking in high school?
No.
Probably.
Maybe as a quarterback, right? Because you get old quick playing football.
That's right.
But now, wait a minute. Now, seriously, you were top 20 high school quarterbacks in the state of Georgia in the day.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
guess so.
You just don't sneeze at that.
No.
Man, he's humble. Your assistant's about to fall over. She can't believe this.
No, I got to be careful what I say.
I'm kidding.
Room.
But I guess from an early age, you were a leader / winner. Can I pay you that respect?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
He's turning red, folks. He wasn't expecting this.
You really did throw me off guard there.
It's okay.
I had no idea you were going there with it.
We're just having a conversation, Will. How much fun would this be if... So, Will, why are you a financial advisor? Are you the best one?
Yeah.
That would just be... Who wants that?
Well, the only thing better is if you had my high school football coach walk in here and surprise us. That would have been cool.
Well, since you mentioned it, no. I'm good. I ain't that good.
Yeah.
I ain't that good.
That's funny.
Financial world, man. You are a financial planner. You own your own company. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
How'd you end up in the financial world? You taught it one time for a short amount of time, didn't you?
Yes, that's correct. So, interesting story. I got a business degree, got my MBA, played football, went to school at West Georgia down the road in Carrollton.
Yeah.
Was all in on business, and then the football thing took off in college after my playing days were over. Stayed on as a graduate assistant and then a position coach there at West Georgia. And I was all in on coaching football. That's what I wanted to do. When I finished my MBA, me and my wife were talking about getting married, and it was either move to Carrollton or move back home out this way. So we decided that I'd move back home 2019. Got a teaching and coaching job at Mill Creek High School right down the road. So
you still do a little Mill Creek stuff, don't you?
Yep. So I help out just kind of off the field, just helping them, whatever they need. Just wanted to stay a part of the community. Obviously, after I left teaching, still had a passion to give back and support that program there at Mill Creek. And shout out Coach Josh Lovelady. He does an incredible job. And so wanted to just be a part of it any way I could. And it's honestly been great.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You're giving back. Football's in your blood. Was that a family thing? Your dad? You got a brother too, didn't you? A little older brother.
Yeah, surprisingly not really. My brother played all the way through high school. But no, it's just something I've played since I was 6 and always wanted to be a part of it.
You always wanted to be the quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
You were tall.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
I guess so.
That's how it starts.
I guess that's how it happens.
But I've seen you. You could sling the ball. No, funny thing, folks, we'll leave the Archer High School here in a second. Funny thing is, first time I saw you, no joke, a year-ish ago, whatever it was, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I know that guy. I know him from somewhere. Mm-hmm. I know that guy. And then the name Will Bearden, I was like, I know that name. I know. And then, things start connecting in your head. Oh, that guy, No, I'm much older than you, so you never beat a team that I had anything to do with. So it's probably good.
Yeah.
Go Patriots. What can I say?
There you go.
Did you ever play against Berkmar?
I did.
How many touchdowns did you put on the board? You probably loved going to
yeah.
You loved going to Lilburn, didn't you?
Yeah, let's just say I didn't play too many quarters.
You played the first half? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, my senior year, they scored 2 touchdowns all season. Bless them.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Let's just put it this way. When I went to Berkmar, we played a lot of homecoming games. We only had one homecoming, but we played in everyone else's.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just sum it up like that. Sum it up like that. Financial advisement. See, how long you been doing this, man? You've been in it for a few years now.
Yeah.
You're not that old, man. You're still a kid.
I do have a birthday coming up. It's been a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
So right after I got done teaching, made the transition, worked at a smaller broker-dealer to start out.
Right.
Got fully licensed. Took about 6 months, got fully licensed. Early in 23, changed broker-dealers, and that's where, we're independent broker-dealers, so that's where I, started my own venture.
Is there anything in that world, I'm sure there is, that you specialize in, something you really focus on?
Yeah, for sure. So
you can do it all, I know, but there's got to be a niche. Everyone needs a niche,
right?
I
think in every successful business, you've got to niche down, figure out what you enjoy doing, right?
Exactly.
I tell people, in order for me to say I'm successful, it's a 30 and 40 year process. It's not something that happens today, right? If I'm still in business 30, 40 years from now, that's how I define success. So
sure.
When me and my business partner sat down and figured out, how are we going to make this thing sustainable? What are we going to specialize in? And we love working with business owners. We are business owners at heart. We're entrepreneurs. We connect, we relate most to them. We've niched down to say, like you said, we service a lot of different clients, from individuals to families, business owners, executives, things like that. But where we're taking our business is to service entrepreneurs, equity compensated employees, high net worth individuals. That's really where we specialize in and have the resources to support.
Now, is there a sweet spot, a business owner, someone who's been an owner for a year, maybe they're long in the tooth, they've owned their business 20 years, maybe they already have a portfolio.
Yeah.
Is there a sweet spot, somewhere you really want to jump in? I know earlier is better. That's the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Where's your sweet spot at?
For sure. I think it's somewhere in the middle of those two things you mentioned, right? Maybe a business that's starting up right now in really early phase isn't a great fit. We'd love to build relationships with those type of owners. But as far as the impact we can make, right, there's not a lot right off the bat.
Right.
And then same thing, a mature business that's really on the tail end. We focus a lot on the succession planning with them. But any business, I would say, is that it's in a major growth phase.
Okay. They're growing.
Correct.
They got to do something with the money.
Maybe they've been in business for 5 years.
Yeah.
They're finally hitting their stride. They're making more revenue, making more profit than they ever have. Maybe they're wanting to bring on a partner, restructure the business. There's a lot of change going on.
Okay.
When we meet business owners in that phase of their business, that's where we do the most good.
Okay.
Now,
how does a business owner know they're in that phase?
That's a great question.
I'm serious. What are the things that you got to look for in yourself to come to someone like yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's easy to talk about.
100%. So we find business owners all the time, and you know this from having these conversations. They know their business inside and out. They know how to run their business.
The successful ones, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to go all in on doing those things and hiring and growing their business. But what they might not have the knowledge in is how to successfully have a personal financial plan that tailors with the business,
Gotcha.
How to structure executive compensation, how to bring on and keep key employees. From a financial standpoint, they're going to hit a wall and say, I only know so much.
I can go this far.
Correct. And if I'm going to take my business to the next level and keep growing and scaling, I'm going to have to get help. And that's what we call building a team around you of qualified people that have worked with different types of businesses to take them to the next level. That's kind of what we talk about.
What is that wall? Just not enough hours in the day, not enough time to mess with, quote unquote, this?
100%. And it's every business owner understands the balance between working on the business and working in the business.
Right?
That's exactly right. Yeah. So there's a limit to what an owner can do in every single business.
Right.
And so especially from financial aspect of things, and a lot of it too we found is pure just ignorance. They say, I didn't even know something like this existed.
Yeah.
Right?
They just don't know.
Correct. And so
it's common though.
Yeah, 100%.
It's common.
I tell clients all the time, I used to be an educator in the classroom. Now I'm an educator outside the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
My job is purely to educate and help my clients make informed decisions on their own.
Right.
That's really our purpose.
I'm with you. Now, you just said something, and it's in my notes. Key employee retention. I think I know what that is. I got to believe it's awfully important. How do you work into that? I mean, hey, the boss is giving them the days off they need and giving them a raise every year or something. I guess that's probably not enough.
That's right.
From experience, I know it's not, but for the sake of the podcast, is that just enough?
Right.
Not really.
I would love to do a poll and survey all small businesses across the country and say, what's the one thing that you're struggling with as a business owner? And I guarantee you an answer, if like we were playing Jeopardy, one of the top 2 answers would be finding and keeping good people.
Yeah, probably 90-something%.
Across the board.
Yeah, every industry.
So what we do, right, obviously everything we do is look through a financial lens.
Right.
Obviously, culture is one thing, and every business should strive to have a great culture and make people want to.
Don't be toxic.
Right, all those things, of course. But
Right.
when it comes to structuring, whether it's compensation or things for key employees, we operate a lot in the non-qualified space. So think of qualified vehicles or benefits you offer to every single employee in the company.
Okay, across
Right?
the board.
Across the board. So
Okay.
you're going to do a 401k, you're going to do benefits.
Right.
Everybody gets the same thing. That's
Right.
qualified, right?
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I do now.
Yeah, we're learning today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Non-qualified, where we work a lot in, we can pick and choose certain people to get different benefits, right? There's different regulation that goes on with that. But essentially, business owners can identify, hey, this is a key employee.
Yeah.
We're going to do something different from you, right? Obviously.
Happens all the time. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not like some secret.
Exactly. And a lot of times, they don't know how to get there.
Yeah, what do I do now?
Yeah, correct.
And you step in.
Exactly. And there's a million different things we can do. You can get as specific as you want, but that's the key. A lot of business owners don't understand that you've got a guy or a lady that you want to treat differently and say,
Right.
we're going to put them on a pedestal. We can do something specific for them. That's not just, hey, here's a little bonus at Christmas, and then come January, we forgot about it.
And you work that for specific cases.
Correct. Every case is unique.
It's
for
just
sure.
not cookie cutter.
100%.
That's cool. Wow, you actually dive into it. Like diving into a game plan. Football reference, I'm sorry. I got all kinds of them, man. They're stacked up in here. I got to get them out eventually.
It's all good.
Now, you also said something that I also know both ends of it from experience. An exit strategy, succession plan, whatever you want to call it, getting the heck out,
Yeah.
selling your business. It's like one of those deals. I've been on both ends of that because I have sold a business, and I know some folks very close to me who probably should sell their business, and they just really don't. I don't know. They just really don't know how at the end of the day
Yeah,
or why they should.
for sure.
So let's talk about that. That's in my notes too. That could be one of the most key important things a business owner ever does. How do I get out of here 30 years from now or whatever it may be?
Yeah. I tell business owners, whether they like it or not, they're going to have to exit the business eventually,
One day.
right? Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
We, talking about the area of continuity, exit, and succession planning, there's a couple different things that go on. Well, depending on all the factors of the business, age, and preferences of the owners, how are we going to build an ideal situation? Some business owners want to leave the legacy to, say, the family or somebody in the business.
Right.
Some people want to grow and sell to a third party. Some people say, I just want to work in the business until the day I die.
Right.
And that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
But it's how do we plan ahead? And you know this from your experience, a lot of business owners don't think about it
Right.
until the year it happens.
Yeah.
Our whole philosophy is to bring it up 5-10 years in advance,
Exactly.
hopefully sooner.
Yeah.
And say, all right, well, if we can plan for this today, we're going to have such a better outcome on the other end of this and not be surprised when something unforeseen happens, or even when you want to exit, if somebody third party comes knocking at the door, we actually have a plan in place
Right.
for that.
I know we can't go very deep, but is that moving, restructuring wealth to do different things for you?
Right. It really depends on everything.
I'm sure it does.
Correct. If you're
Every case is
29, it's
different.
going to look different than
Well,
if
yeah.
you're 59.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is I tell people, like, you don't run your business to not make money for your personal.
Right.
Correct. So how are we going to structure the business the most efficient way possible to essentially capture the most wealth on your
You're
personal as
maximizing.
possible? Correct. Right.
I got you.
And again, a lot of people don't understand what all is out there as far as the risk management portion of it.
Yeah, don't lose it because you may not get it back. Yeah.
Correct. I say the 5 Ds of business risk: death, disability, divorce, distress, and disagreement, right? All of those are unforeseen things that come up all the time. And if we don't have a plan, if we don't have agreements in place and financial vehicles in place to protect in the event one of those comes up, we're missing out on a lot of wealth potentially down the road.
And panic ensues.
Correct.
On a lot of different levels.
Correct. So
that is the plan. Sorry to cut you off. That is the plan, though. Because, Will, you're probably the 15th, the 20th, the 40th, I don't know, financial person to come in here. And a lot of the same catchphrases. Mm-hmm. You have a plan for this, plan for that. But you've actually just explained it.
Yeah, for sure.
With your 5 Ds and all that, all the above. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's just, okay, we're going to put a plan together. Okay, well how do we do that? It's kind of like, hey, I made a podcast. Okay, what do I do with it? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's something like that.
You went down the football rabbit hole, so I'll play along.
Nice.
When you're going and preparing for a game.
Yeah.
And Sunday game planning, you've got to go through practice during the week to get to the game. Well, if you're trying to exit a business, the exit's the game.
Right.
So if we're not practicing and doing scripts and running through everything we're planning on doing, well, what are we talking about?
You're going to look miserable at the game.
Correct.
When you sell that business.
Correct.
Or you have to.
Just like in a football game, when you exit a business, it should be easy.
It should be enjoyable.
Exactly.
And not stressful.
And if you have your ducks in a row and you've planned over the course of years, not months, hopefully we can achieve that dream ideal situation that everybody hopes for one day.
The last thing on my notes, professional networking.
Yeah.
Does that mean networking like going to a chamber event or a group of professionals, all the above?
Yeah, for sure.
Professional networking.
I would say my business philosophy when it comes to growing my practice, I've tried to take a different approach than get out of college or started any big business and sales or whatever it is. They tell you it's all about numbers. It's a numbers game, right?
It's bottom line, baby.
Hey, cold call people and different industries, go knock doors and do all this stuff, which all those things are great.
You got to do some of it.
And going back to my original point of me wanting to create a sustainable career for myself. And I view this as my career. This is not a job. This is what I'm going to be doing for a long, long time. And so early on, when a lot of people were telling me, go after what's easy, get like quick sales, just push, whether it's products or whatever it is.
Low-hanging fruit.
I really wanted to, one, invest in my community and build my personal brand as much as I could.
Very important.
And build goodwill, to be honest, because I knew one day my business was going to be at a point to where if I'd laid the right framework, business would come.
Oh, yeah. You do it right, it'll show up. The money will show up.
For sure. And
it'll come.
And I trusted that. It's...
Well, you have a lot of faith in yourself, as you should.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do.
I think something that I take great pride in is helping others get where they want to go. I'll give a shout out to my great friend, Ben McDaniel. He says this.
Who's that? No, I just sat beside him for over an hour at a networking event this morning, and I'm just now coming down off the energy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If you ask him, what do you want out of your business, he's going to tell you he wants to help everybody else get where they want to go.
And he does.
Right?
Yeah.
And again, it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to do it. And I think he exemplifies that. I've modeled a lot of what I do after that. I really just want to help invest in others, help other people get where they want to go, whether it's clients, whether it's friends of mine in the community. It's really how I view my personal mission in life is if I can do enough good for other people, it's going to come back one way or the other. So, yeah, that's the professional networking piece.
Okay. I'm a big-time networker, too, so I understand that.
I guess that's how we met.
You got a big-time announcement coming up or something, don't you?
Yep. So we have restructured, like I mentioned. I have a business partner with our firm, Peter Trong. Him and I have kind of merged together our existing books of business and are growing this PSA Wealth together. Right now, we're restructuring our website. If you follow us on LinkedIn, use Will Bearden on LinkedIn. We're going to be pushing out all the website and all the content and stuff to come after it gets approved and we get final checkoffs and all that.
Sounds like a plan, brother. Well, Will, if we got it all in, man, thank you so much for coming in. Say it was easy.
That's right.
It's a piece of cake, man.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate you having me on.
Anytime. You are welcome here. They're going to play my music any second here. There it is. Will, thanks again. Hey, folks. Go to LinkedIn, search Will Bearden, Bearden, and wait for that website to come out. These guys are pretty good at what they do. I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.
Life is full of ifs, but if you want to cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, Regions Life Banking makes it possible.
Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.